fage Tarauni fage da Allah ku ba su hanya ɗinka iru ina ne wannan Sumaila ba Sumaila bane ina fam ɗinka daga da tabo ina fam ɗinka ina mukullin motar ina ce wannan garin malam ina mukullin motar dawakin kudu gwale sama wani mukullin mun jibirin ina ne nan ba kafa suna kasa ai kada municipal wakilin sa Musa na fata baya jin daɗi karbi ina fom ɗinka ina mukullin motar kumbotso iya hankali kumbotso warawa bunkure ina ajingi kai ka fara mana kai chairman ne ina ne darko babu su ai samu yanda mu je ga wajen mota guda daya a buɗe sai mun ce samomi ne za su karba ko ka kace wajen to ina ga an gaba da motoci mai girma gwamna sai za mu je a ga motocin da baburan a can a buɗe maka mota guda ɗaya ka gani ina ga sai a wuce ga shi nan ai har baburan ga shi can duk suna tare sai a bada guda ɗaya ko biyu a can sai a bayar mun je bakin mutum sai a bayar to da Allah a bada hanya kai na za mu tare ne security kai na za a fita wajen motoci da ba mu direction wajen motoci za a je a sauka da Allah a bada hanya da Allah ku bada hanya za a sauka a bada hanya da Allah a buɗe hanya za mu je wajen motoci a bada hanya za a je wajen motoci to shi ke da Allah a sauka a je wajen motoci a bada hanya za a je wajen motoci a bada hanya za a je wajen motoci da Allah ajiye makamai a ajiye da Allah ƙasa maza ƙasa da Allah maza ƙasa da Allah a bada hanya da Allah maza ƙasa da Allah a bada hanya da wata ko me ake maza ƙasa da Allah a bada hanya da Allah ku bada hanya don haka da Allah ku gani da Allah a bada hanya a'a dan abu da aka to a wajen wata ce ba nan to nan a ga suna magana da nan hannun hagu da Allah gafara kai ba ta je wukan nan ba kai wannan waya da wani ne kai wani yaro bai da mutunci wallahi. Sabina ina motar ne ku gafara nan za mu je ina motar ina Sabina ne Sabina kana ina ne da Allah kuwa mu je Sabina kana ina ne ina za Sabina ku da Allah ku ta Sabina saboda Allah ku sina motar ina ne da Allah ne lai ina ba sai ba tai waye ina mai wato wannan ina gullun da Allah ku ce da Allah ku ce da Allah ku ba da waje da Allah ku ba da waje da Allah ku ba da waje wannan ke da wajen yana ina da Allah ku ba waje da Allah mu da Allah da Allah mu da an so nisa mun can haka mun je nan da Allah mu je da Allah ku tura mu tafi wajen baburan can mu tafi wajen baburan a tafi wajen baburan da Allah ku je dan babu kuma aka ne ba sai ku wuce gaban da Allah ku tsaya baya kuma ina mai motar nan ina mai motar nan ina mai motar nan ina mai motar nan mu je ya dishi mu je mana da Allah ku je kai da Allah kai ya ta ne mu je gaba da wannan motar za a buɗe bari mu gani ya shi na kura ina mun da shi nan wajen ku ba fara a buɗe ta fara koma baya koma can wani da ku haƙuri ku tokare ana koma baya da ala danna su danna karka cike wajen sai ku shiga ka bude kofar ku shiga sai a bude kofar bari a huce sai ya wuce a yi a sauke gilas din ko dan da ta gaba kaɗan kofar ina mugullin
The national chairman of the APC, Dr. Abdullah Umar Ganduje, was supported or been supported by the Deputy President of the Senate, who donated these vehicles, presenting the keys and documents of the cars and motorcycles to party chairmen at state, local and ward levels across the 44 local government areas. As you might have heard earlier, 61 motor vehicles and 1,137 motorcycles are being distributed as an empowerment through transportation by the Deputy Senate President, which he said is in appreciation or in support of the President's economic empowerment initiative. Now, this is so far we can bring you here from here in Kano. We are linking you up with handing you over to another outside broadcast crew in Lagos for another live telecast. Thank you for being with us.
This is the network service of the NTA. We'll be joining our outside broadcast crew for another live broadcast.
Oh God of all. Today is a very important day. The Honorable Minister of Works, His Excellency Senator Engineer David Mwezumahe, convened this round of stakeholders engagement in respect of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, and this is in keeping with the principle of the renewed hope that in all the legacy projects, and indeed all the road infrastructure projects, the people have to be consulted. All the
to all that, and we hope that sooner or later these issues will be addressed. As you can see, this is a pile, is already affected. We are doing carbonization, trying to stop the further erosion of the reinforcement of the piles, and doing a new reinforcement around it, and it will be covered with another layer of concrete and a casing to guarantee us another 50, 100 years to come. On that note, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming, and we do hope to have a robust engagement with you. If there are issues bothering you, that's the essence of our coming, and we'll be able to allay your fears once and for all. Thank you, and God bless all of us.
Thank you so much. We will go to the main point, and that is by inviting His Excellency, the Honorable Minister of Works, for his address.
Thank you very much. When I finish my brief, the contractor will have the opportunity to affirm what we agree in terms of where we want to be and at the time we want to be there on the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, and of course the SSA to Mr. President on community engagement. We appreciate the people of Southwest, and then we will have up to 1 hour for questions, answers, remarks. We want to give you enough time. The Royal Majesties that are here, I want to thank you people so much for honoring us at a very short notice, coming for this very important public engagement. And to our dear Director in charge of Design and Bridges, Engineer Obioha, the Director of Works Lagos State, a woman that is more than a man, Engineer Kesha, the complex managing director of High Tech, because how he's doing it, I do not know. That's why I always call him complex engineer. Deputy Director, SSA to Mr. President, Community Engagement, Southeast, Southwest, South-South. My dear brothers and sisters, and of course directors and SSAs. Let me first, by discussing the 4 legacy project of Mr. President, I watched a motion on the floor of the Senate where a motion was alluding that out of the 4 legacy projects of the president, none is for the Northeast. That is not correct. We have the 4th legacy project of Mr. President that is running from Akwanga. It goes to Jos, and Jos it goes to Bauchi and to Gombe. That's the 4th legacy project. And we are on the project because it's being funded partly by the China Exim Bank. But we came to a point of conflict because the president directed that the road should be redesigned on concrete, and it should also be 6 lanes. That's 3 lanes per carriageway. But the funders, China Exim Bank, says, look, we can't do 3 lanes per carriageway. We have to do 4 lanes. And so we intend to do public engagement with the stakeholders of the Northeast, and of course to discuss. He said that we convince the bank to agree on the directive of Mr. President, or we agree on 4 lanes for the 2 carriageway, and we'll go back to Mr. President to obtain approval. So we are on top of the matter, and so I just want to debunk the fact that there is no legacy project. The 4 legacy projects are all dotted in the 6 geopolitical zone. And then you have the Trans-Sahara that is running from Calabar to Ebonyi to Benue, Benue to Kogi to Nasarawa to Abuja. And with a small stretch between Abuja and Kefi, which we are also doing by China Harbour, we will be able to have that loop connected to the 4th legacy project. And of course, the 2nd legacy project is the Shagari administration designed it to be Badagry, Sokoto, so that it could start Badagry. But Mr. President, in his wisdom, decided I should start from Sokoto down to Badagry. And it's about 1,050 kilometers. And so we have started the first section of it, which is in Ilela in Sokoto State, which is 120 kilometers. We're starting with 3 lanes first. And then the second section is starting in Kebbi, and that is 258 kilometers by 3 carriageway. It will still be 6 carriageway, but we are procuring the first carriageway, and by the month of March we will start to procure the 2nd carriageway, because it's cost effective to start the 2 carriageway at a go. And let me also point out that the Trans-Sahara has started from Ebonyi State and is progressing towards Sokoto State. And then the 4th legacy project is the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. Let me remark that we are making everything possible. We will be in Sokoto next week to ensure that we have 10 kilometers of concrete road completed in Sokoto and 10 kilometers completed in Kebbi by the middle of May, so that we can have it, commissioned. And so this very wonderful project, the Lagos-Calabar, 700 to 750 kilometer, coastal highway, a dream of one man, your son, the golden God-given president of this country, the man that God brought for us to take back our country and make Nigeria great again. He had this dream 25 years ago as governor of Lagos State. He laid the irreversible plans for the greatness of Lagos State, and then thinking also towards the entire Nigeria. And that's why he didn't stop at Lagos. The coastal was dreamt to start from Lagos and end in Calabar, and incorporated other South-South governors at that time. And I'm happy that the South-South governors, some of them then they have visited now to express their joy and happiness and appreciation to Mr. President that dream is made flesh now. And so we laid the foundation stone in the month of March 2024. And this project, the first section, is 47.47 kilometers. And each of these legacy projects has a train track incorporated within it. And I've always said the ingenuity of using concrete is that Nigerian government will earn carbon credit because the use of concrete emits less heat and so it's environmental friendly, and so gazetted section of the road. But we had to navigate to ensure, because this government is a government with human face. And so we've been able to do that. And so we encountered a lot of, situations that we didn't envisage. We had over 10 kilometers of the route that we covered with, topsoil. But we didn't know that this section had witnessed a lot of refuse dump over many years. And so we had the responsibility of excavating up to 10 meters and there's some feedback to existing ground level, and of course take it up to the design level. And then that needed settlement. And so we came together with the contractor and agreed that there should be no immediate, work there. But today, I'm happy we went through again, we conducted tests, settlement has been achieved 100%, and we are on the move. So what we could do by May is that we've agreed with the contractor and is going to affirm it magically to have the first 20 kilometers seamlessly, from Chennai 0 down to Chennai 20, ready for Mr. President to commission in May. And another 10 kilometers from a Lake Junction coming towards, Chennai, 37, ready for commission. And that is 30 kilometers in section 1. And then we'll be left with about 17 kilometers. But the good news is that all some filling is been done up to Lake Junction. And for the management of the properties, we have done our best. We've listened to the president, we've listened to God, we've listened to the people. And so we just have only one building standing on the way. And I decided to come by myself to honor the owner of the building. I've had a personal meeting with him, just like I did with some of you. We resolved amicably. And so, but what I directed is that let work continue and stop at his fence. Then work will also continue at the other side of his fence. So his house is standing at the middle of the road. So we have discussed, and I believe strongly that we understood ourselves. And that is the only property. We are aware that some people took us to court, but the beauty of democracy is that the court will interpret the instrument we used in doing what we did, and we will be very obedient to court, decisions on it. But we have 7 SANs to defend us because we believe that we've done the right thing. And so when we move to session 2, we are confronted with the beautiful, project of the Lekki Free Zone. And that's also part of the president's dream when he was governor. A beautiful place, a place that is going to be a very serious source of income for this government of Nigeria. And so we have the Dangote refinery. We have to pass in front of it. So we have come to design 80 meter span bridge over that section so that here we have seamless truck movement without having any obstruction. We've met with the Lagos Free Zone. We've met with the Lekki Free Zone. We've had discussion with them on Friday, and they will resolve all their problems. It's going to cost us a little more because we are putting flyovers, over the conflict points. And we have also avoided moving through the land of Navy. We had to navigate that, and we also had to navigate a school. And so the enumeration of section 2, is being concluded. And so the revocation, of course, has been signed by the Lagos State Governor, both sections 1 and 2. And so we will be willing to entertain, questions, answers, appreciation as the case may be. For section 3, graciously, Mr. President directed that we should go to Cross River and Akwa Ibom. And so we have awarded section 3, 3A in Cross River, 3B in Akwa Ibom. And that's a total of 65 kilometers by 2. And by next week or upper week, we'll go there to officially have it flagged up for construction. But this is what we have done. Now, for the sections of Ondo, the section of Delta, the section of Port Harcourt, the continuous section in Akwa Ibom and Bayelsa, we are confronted with a lot of bridges, some as long as 3 kilometers. We don't want to do that. That is going to cost us a fortune. So we are redesigning, going to the upland, of the corridor. And so that is going to eliminate about 90% of the bridges, so that will be cost effective, and then there will be return on investment. This is what is happening in the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. And let me say that this is beyond road and bridges. It is an investment. Along the corridor, we're going to have a lot of commercial activities. Of course, tourism is going to grow in a very, dignified and intensified manner. We're going to have windmill energy, so that communities along the corridor will also have this thing. This coastal highway is going to be connecting to the existing, routes. A lot of them we inherited, and I will give you synopsis of what we have done in some of these projects. Can say about the 4 legacy projects of Mr. President, and in particular, the coastal highway. I commend very, very highly the contractor. And I say it boldly and publicly, we are fortunate to have the contractor High-Tech as the contractor, for this. Whether you like it or not, even though the project is a coastal highway, there are projects that we inherited ongoing that are not on the coast, but whose cost, the unit rates, are bigger than the unit rates that we are giving High-Tech to do this job. Number 2, they are amenable to, our realignment and rerouting. Any other contractor will stop work and say until we agree. We've never witnessed that. And then if you see the equipment of High-Tech, when the National Assembly saw the equipment, everybody has always voted High-Tech will do the jobs in our state. I say, well, High-Tech, even though an indigenous contractor, we have to grow other indigenous contractors. That's why we did not recommend them in Abuja, Kano, both sections 1 and 2. Not that they did not win, but we said, let us give other indigenous contractors some opportunities. But I assure the people within that corridor that we will not get anything less than the quality of High-Tech on that corridor. And so that takes me to some of the review of projects in Southwest. And since we came, we went to Lagos Badagry. We have about 4 kilometers to conclude section 1, and then section 2 is about 21 kilometers. We are discussing with the contractor how to complete this section 1, and then we now decide, because this corridor is the ECOWAS corridor. That's the part of the 1,006 kilometers ECOWAS road, Lagos Abuja. And I'm the chairman of ministers of that project. And so what we are recommending is, since our own section is just within 45 kilometers and we've done over 50%, let every state every nation do their own and the tour. Well, that is not why we are here, but it's important that you know. So we are going to be completing that section 1 to have it commissioned in this May. And they went to see Ikorodu to Shagamu, being done by Arab contractors. We've had meetings with them. This morning we concluded a meeting with them. And it's remaining about 2.3 kilometers to be done on rigid pavement. So we are going to have it completed, and we're going to have it, commissioned in May. We've discussed with Itoke Ikorodu project being done by Guild, and we've agreed with them on the new design of the project. And the project is of very utmost importance to the people of that location. And so you will see a new vigor and a new commitment and a speedy construction within that section. Now, we will discuss very briefly Echo Bridge, Tom Melan Bridge, and Kata Bridge. What is going on Tom Melan Bridge? We have cured the problem. But you have to talk to our people. The speed there is so terrible. If we put speed bumps, then it's going to create, hold up on the bridge. And that is dead load. There's no bridge that is designed for dead load, but dynamic load. So we don't want to do that. But we have installed cameras both on top and under. We will have it commissioned, and so we will put people that are going to check over speeding on that bridge. Let me also announce that beyond the Tome Bridge, we've also done extension of that bridge, the rehabilitation. Beautiful to behold. From that Tome Bridge down to Falamo, we put street light. We also put CCTV. So whatever you are doing with that stretch of Falamo to Tome Bridge and the ramps, we are seeing you. It's on camera. And we are also routing it down to Abuja. So we stay in our office. That's what we did is that bridge. And now, we've closed the Tome Bridge. Why did we do that? There are some structural issues that we are handling. And there are 3 sets. The first set, the decking, changing of the expansion joint, we've completed that. You can see a smooth ride. But you are not seeing what is under the deck. And under the deck, we are working on it, both Carter Bridge and Melan Bridge. Julius Beja are doing it, they are doing a beautiful job. And they are working on the piers, the pillar if you like. And then what is aggregating the piles together is called the pie cap. And then, of course, slight deflection of the slab. So they are working on it, they are doing a beautiful job. But where we have very serious issue is what is in the water. We ran a discussion with an international company this morning, and we have looked at the situation in 2013. We've looked at the situation of the survey in 2019. We've commissioned ISECON and the Julius Beja independently to also look at the progressive deterioration of the piles and pie caps under the water. We are getting reports and we're going to design it. There's nothing to fear about, but we've closed the bridges against heavy trucks. So trust us, we are going to cure that problem because there was relatively loss of the bridge over a long time. And for Eco Bridge and Marina Bridge, I think we have the opportunity to, commission the Eco Bridge. Massive work. It was burnt down completely. The bearings were gone. We are lifting the entire slab. We are changing the bearings. We are, reworking the piers. We are recoating it with concrete. We are strengthening it. We are also milling the top of the deck. We are putting new asphalt. We are putting solar light, and we are painting. That is what we have over there. Yesterday, we went to flag off the Lagos-Ibadan. And I will tell you that Lagos-Ibadan, has 4 components. There is what is called phase 1. Phase 1 was done about 43 kilometers dualized by, 3 lanes by Julius Beja. We had some failures, but not very significant. I announced that they have repaired it very beautiful. We also have phase 1, section 2 by ROCC. Unfortunately, the Ibadan bound has massively failed. We were there yesterday, and your people caused rain to, I think the contractor bribed them to cause heavy rain there. But we defied the rain to inspect the job. And so, we could see that the road has failed. But they have started to repair it, but it's going to be massive repair. And that made us to give out a policy of works must come with the APG must be alive and sustaining. And then the performance bond must be alive and performing. So that if you do a bad job and within the time of deferred liability period, you are not able to repay it, we have to go to the bank and get the money to do it. So we have directed ROCC to come and see us so that we agree on that job. And again, they have about 8.5 kilometers that is not yet completed. So we said, and we are doing the procurement, and that will be the end of the famous Lagos-Ibadan. But one thing is certain: what will we be coming back to advocate with stakeholders to allow us to some of these completed projects section by section, because when I look at completed projects, while we are struggling to have money to complete, we see that some of the projects have stayed 15 years and are beginning to fail. So if we don't give it to private investors on, operate and maintain, we are going to run into trouble. So Lagos-Ibadan, that phase, we would like to toll it while we work on Section 2, so that